Well, this is a German M31 canteen. This one's a reproduction, pretty cheaply made reproduction. The bottle itself and this cup is decent, but the cover and the strap are pretty bad. This is sewn on the wrong direction, and it shouldn't be dyed like this on the inside. And it almost feels like a fake leather, but I guess it is a real one, just machine sewing and a whole lot of other bad things about this. Well, this is one I put together out of some surplus parts. Now, it's not a perfect copy of a German M31, but it gets most of the look, and it's all actual used military parts. Now, to start out with, that was a Czech canteen. It's kind of looked like this. I got two of them at the same time. This one was a light wool color. This one is closer to green. The bottle on this one is all aluminum. This one's painted. This one wasn't welded like this. This would be closer to a late war German one. Just pull out the bottle. It's shaped the same as a German one. This will fit inside this cover or any other reproduction cover you get. Now, for a little while, I had put the reproduction cap on this one, along with a better reproduction strap. Now, it doesn't quite fit. Well, this kind of does. Depends how tight you can get the cap on here. Sometimes if it's sticking up a little bit, then it's a little too high, but this one actually is working okay. Well, it's okay, but then it's still missing the strap here and here, and this rivet on the bottom. Well, some people have modified these covers to work with the German bottles, so you can do that. And that's what I did with this one. I dyed this. I tried to go lighter brown like this, but ended up a little too dark. It's going to work for what I want. Now, the other part of this cup and the strap and this rivet on the bottom is from a Romanian canteen. Just pull it apart here. This is quite a bit different of a bottle than the German one. And the lid is still retained on the strap here. A little different than German one. And that's Romanian bottle and the Czech one. Yeah, this is no good for what we're trying to do. But this cup looks similar to a German one. There are differences. This one's a little shorter, not as wide. Got 4 rivets instead of 2. The handles are shaped different. But this is a surplus item. It was actually used by militaries. This is something from China. And I'm trying to put together something that looks German, made out of actual parts that were used by militaries. So on this one, I'll pull it apart. These buckles are a little tricky. Painted the cup with high heat Rust-Oleum for the black look, and then gave it some oil after it was finished baking to restore the shine. Otherwise it looked like a flat black. And here, the Czech one had just this, well, this one was a cork stopper. This one's newer plastic. But this one here has a cap that screws on. It's similar to a German one. At first I had thought that I could take a Czech canteen like this and then just make a new lid, but the sizes are different. This one is much smaller, so I had to come up with something else. I could just left this underneath, but I wanted to screw it on type that kind of looked like the German one. This one is, well, plastic like the later German ones, but it's a lot bigger and not quite shaped the same. So what I did is, on the Czech one, I cut the very top edge off, and then this part, which is folded over, slid right off. Then I cut off the threaded part of this Romanian bottle and then slid it onto the neck of the Czech one, but it was a little bit too big with the threads, so I took what was left of the neck of this one, slid it onto the Czech bottle, and then the threads, and I end up with this. I had to take a small hammer and going at a little bit of an angle, hammer the edge of this to round it over, and that made it solid. This isn't going to twist off or spin, so it's now well attached and now works with check cover, which I took off, that's held on with a plastic rivet instead of the metal ones that the German ones had, but it functions the same. And one of the last steps is, or maybe not the last step, but adding this rivet. There's a rivet on the bottom here. Took it off the cover and had to reattach it onto the bottom of the check one here. And then I also need a strap here. That came from one of these, an East German belt. I think there's a braid type belt. Just cut a little bit off to make a strip, and then I sewed it on. And then also the buttons on the check are all green like this. Painted them black. And there are a few different ways to do it. You could use some enamel model paint, maybe spray some spray paint into a cup and then brush it on. I used dollar store black nail polish. Came with a little brush and it was easy to apply, and these are all black now. Now there are reproduction buttons that have this little pattern on there. You can buy them and swap them out if you really wanted to. How the check cover or the strap fits everything. It's a little tight through here because I made it sized for the German strap, which is a little bit narrower. Not a whole lot narrower, but yeah, fitting this part through takes more fiddling than trying to fit this part through. Now I might use some of this belt that I have left over, or I have some more, and I can make a new one of these straps, reusing the clip here. It's a little different in shape than the German one, but it mostly has the same look and function. But for now, this strap is working. It fits the same locations as the repo one. We could take some black dye and make this black, and it'll look closer to the German one. It's still wider, but it'll at least look black. The rivets on the back, when you got this hanging, this is the side everybody's going to see, so it doesn't make too much of a difference that there are the rivets in the back. Got the two in the front, but once this is through there, you're not going to see those. So that's how I put together something that looks like a German canteen, but actually has no parts and no reproduction parts.